Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Race Department's Formula FG Championship, round number 15. That's the one of the championship this season. There's not much to play for, won't even lie, but we're here at Fuji looking for a good time, and I think we're going to get it. Look at that rain. Going to make for an interesting race. Very exciting one. Let's have a look at qualifying then. Manolis Sigalakis picking up his second pole position of the season. Nicely done by him, ahead of Jack Lasky, James McNamara, the new Season 5 champion, and Daniel Harvey coming in behind Rui Martins, Hugo Rossello. Important for Rui Martins in 5th there. 2KF1 is still going after that Constructors title, which they can get. If they get, I believe it is 10 more points than DTK. They are or no, sorry, not 10, about 14, I think, 15. So it's currently a 72-point lead to the Australian team. And of course, there is 86 points up for grabs in the last 2 races for teams, having gone 1 and 2. That would be a 43 and a 43. So should 2KF1 get 15 more points than DTK, that will be it. That'll be that done and dusted. It will have won the Constructors Championship, done the double, which is something now we haven't seen since Season 2. In the past 2 seasons, we have seen Nathan Corns at Razor win the championship, Apex win the Constructors, and then last season we saw Yoel Rautavaara, of course, at Apex be able to pick up his driver's title, and then Falcon having won the Constructors Championship. So that in itself is what we're looking for mainly in this race, of course, today. We're also looking to see if James McNamara is going to maybe not win. It's a possibility. Unlikely, but a possibility. Of course, the rest of the top 10. Ben Utzer in 7th, Tapio Riniho, Jordan Bradford, and Stefan Berner. Pretty tricky one right there. Riniho and Bradford will be making their way forwards again, so probably expecting McNamara, Riniho, Bradford as being the top 3. Lasky's just fallen off a little bit recently. I'm not sure if he'll have quite enough. Further back, not much really to talk about. It's pretty much, the season's just sort of petering out at the moment. Mainly looking at a couple of key battles in the championship, but not overly all that much. Also looking forward to this one. First time we've travelled away from Suzuka to Fuji, so it will be a fun one. With that, everybody, we'll head straight to the grid then for the Japanese Grand Prix. Here we are on the grid then. Fuji for the first time. Looking forward to seeing how this is all going to end up going. We're up to 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights now, waiting for them to go out. Out they go, underway. It looks like that is a good start there from Jack Lasky. Indeed it is. Straight into the lead there for the Brit. However, he's got to be careful because straight away James McNamara is trying to follow him through. Under brakes into the first corner. Looking for it up the inside, not quite going to find it, so there you go, Lasky through to the lead from 2nd place, but he has brought James McNamara with him. Manolis Sigalakis there down to 3rd pretty quickly. Harvey, Rossello, Martins, Riniho up a little bit, Stefan Berner there having come up from 10th, Jordan Bradford, and already we've lost Ben Utzer. Or have we? I don't know, I've lost him. There he is in 10th place at the moment, so not a great start from him, that's for sure. Back towards the leaders, Lasky here under pressure from McNamara. Long straight here as they crawl up this hill. Technical little section. And onwards they continue. So Lasky doing the job he needs to at the moment, trying to bring DTK a 2nd Constructors Championship, something which has never been done before. Going back through the field a little bit here. He's under a little bit of pressure there from Carlos Rodriguez. Onto the straight as well, meanwhile, as Lasky's just cleared away a little bit there from McNamara. Still showing some of the speed that he's been known for this season, Lasky, but just not really showing at the right time, and here comes the rain. This is where it's going to become a fun one, as it started dry, and all the cars on dries. Nobody opting for intermediates, surprisingly enough. So how is that going to play out a little bit later in the race? And I say later, probably in about a dozen laps. Maybe less. Once that track becomes sufficiently wet, once we start seeing maybe a little bit of a plume from the back of the cars. As, oh, I saw Harvey there having a little bit of a look at Manolis Sigalakis. On the backside of that, Hugo Rossello and Rui Martins. Also close by Rinho, though. Watch out for him. This race goes on. He is going to be one to watch. Stefan Bernard, Jordan Bradford, Utzer's just pulled away a little bit. Guardian having gone past Rodriguez. So Lasky holding on to position at the moment. McNamara catches up a little bit, but ultimately doesn't do all that much. Vizioso there again past Omar Saeed. Let's see the movement at the moment. Sigalakis down to Utser down 3. And there's Rinho Bradford having gone past Stefan Berner since last we saw. They've all moved up one ahead of the German. And here we can see Stefan Bernard running close by, but not quite enough at the moment. Ben Utzer having 1 points finish all season in 5th. It's not to say that he hasn't been close. He's been in the points numerous times. He's been on the podium, I think, even late in the race, before unforeseen dramas hit him. So definitely he's looking forward to the end of this season. He's been confirmed at Falcon, replacing Jordan Bradford, which comes as a bit of a shock. Jordan Bradford having had a pretty good year by all accounts, fighting for 3rd in the championship at the moment as well. There's Stefan Berner there. Actually, not sure what's happened to him, but maybe a little bit of a mistake just off the circuit. Well, we won't see. His teammate giving him a really good run for his money now. Down the straight they come. On the brakes, and it's going to be Utser going through on the inside there. Perhaps Berner going to make a return move at some stage. Harvey still on the back of Sigalakis, but it's a spirited defense there from the Greek driver. Still there, but hang on, no, Harvey, oh, big collision between them there. And I think the same has happened as well behind. I'm going to look on board here with Rui Martins. There's those two having a collision, and then a little nudge from Martins, and it's all gone horribly wrong. Rossello back onto the circuit. Sigalakis back onto the circuit, very, very slowly. Benitza being held up a little bit there. Stefan Berner. So that's going to cause a bit of mayhem. Martins and... well, for a second there I thought I saw Jack Lassie. There he is. Safe and well in first place with not too much to worry about. So there you go, the second cars of 2KF1 and DTK both getting knocked out of contention here, really, to the back of the pack. It's going to be a long race for them as Nathan Corns there struggling a little bit further down the field. Engbrink making some moves. Now it has promoted Carlos Rodriguez into the 10. Chris Guardian is there. Utsa now being overtaken by his teammate once again. Sigalakis next in line for the BRTs. Hugo Rossello a bit further up the field. And that has really released the Falcons, Rinyaho and Bradford here. McNamara in a bit of a weird scenario here. He doesn't seem to be too focused on catching Lasky at the moment. Just going to slowly chip away. And it's completely different to how he's normally been doing it, in just basically hitting the lead and then just going for it. The Sebastian Vettel way of doing it. There's Chris Guardian here. What's happened? Electrical problem has caught him out. So he's gone through the start-finish line. It's come about there, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, but it must have fried the system or something, because generally you see them make it back to the pits, but you can see how low the engine is revving there. So out goes Chris Guardian. Makes it a little bit easier on Martins and Harvey to be trying to catch their way back up to the rear of this field. As I'm looking for Rob Sharp there, makes quite a jump into the top 10. Indeed, he was back in 13th quite a while before. Oh, look at the move there from Rob Sharp. Up the inside of 2. At the same time as Chris Guardian goes out. So what a great maneuver there from the Brit. That's what we know he can do. We haven't seen enough of that this season from him. What a super move this is. As Luke Rosella setting himself up for the corner. Sharp's past. And through he goes down the inside. Great move there. Carlos Rodriguez next in line for him. Damien Sun just behind. Omar Saeed going to make the move on Luke Rosella. Maybe going to bring Engbrink with him. Indeed he will. Not quite actually. As Nathan Corns has been spun around. He'll get it going once again just ahead of Daniel Harvey. Harvey won't be too thrilled about that. Probably would have preferred Corns to just stay there, spun out for a little while longer. And there you go, the Profellis getting close to each other. They keep it clean. And towards the front, and you can see McNamara here still hasn't made too much into Jack Lasky. Straight there. Damien Sun having been overtaken by Omar Saeed, now having to try to keep Engbrink behind. Not sure if it was quite enough. And there you have it, Lasky actually pulling away from McNamara, something we just have not seen recently. Oh, Vizioso Gets it in. Catching up a little bit there to Damien's son and Engbrink. See, just guiding off to the side though. Here's Engbrink. Running close, doesn't want to do too much there. Second burner, you can just see his teammate. Lasky there, having done yet another fast lap of the race, so he's going to have pulled out more from McNamara. Where was this fight from Lasky 4 rounds ago? Don't want to be too harsh on the bloke, but I mean, like, it's a bit late. There's 75 points up for offer, and you're 101 behind. In unfortunate circumstances, of course. How didn't you buy a puncture, bringing an end to his championship? It's a harsh way to go. That is the blunt way of putting it. He's obviously relishing this opportunity, relishing these conditions as well. It is something that DTK were campaigning for numerous seasons to get the Japanese Grand Prix moved to Fuji. I'm sure they would have much preferred, in different circumstances, maybe the opportunity that they would be closing out a championship at this point. Rather, it could be quite the opposite. It could be the end of the Constructors' Championship for them, as Rui Martins here having a look on the outside, has with the switchback, won't be able to find it. So he stays in that position behind Allington. Last lap of the race there actually went to McNamara. Caught up a little bit there on Lasky. Lasky had done a PB as well. Here's Dovizioso now having a look on Damien's son. It's looking pretty good for him so far. Danny Totos is a little bit further behind. Don't think he's going to be able to make the move, but he switches back to the inside under brakes now. Karen Motorsport driver with a big move. Here is Engbrink. Had managed to get himself up to the podium. Out in Dubai before. Did suffer himself. I believe it was a transmission failure. And that knocked him out pretty quickly. Damien's son there. Oh, don't think he got out of that corner all that well. You can see there Rosella got up to him a little bit, even just on corner exit. It's not going to help him as he begins a long, solemn trek down this main straight. Damien's son has there been overtaken again. Going on the one-stop strategy, so there's still plenty of time for him. And he's only gone down 2 positions. A great start to the race. Oh, that doesn't sound good, and quite the case. That's not good. Joseph right there. By himself? Yeah, a little bit of a lock up there or something. Grabbed the wrong gear. Round he goes. And now he's taking the escape road. And now he seems to be a little bit lost. Up he goes, there he goes, and no problems at all for him. So Lasky now is getting hunted down by James McNamara. The rain has stopped here in Fuji. Quite surprisingly, so it's going to come down. I would fancy that Damien's son here could be in quite a handy position. The fact that he's going to be pitting a little bit later. Yes, I do believe the rain has stopped. It looks like it's stopped, and Grand Prix 4 always likes to have a little bit of a joke at my expense. Oh, it's raining. Oh, but it looks like it's perfectly dry. Oh, no. Oh, no, hang on there. It's actually raining again, though. So, fun times. McNamara does look like he's gotten the slipstream, or very close to it, of Jack Lasky. Maybe not quite, though. I thought he was a little bit closer. See how they continue going. Riniho and Bradford. Riniho doesn't have the speed of McNamara and Lasky at the moment. Sigalakis catching up to his teammate as well before we get to Stefan Bernard. Bernucci is the rear guardsman at the moment. Going to be trying to keep Carlos Rodriguez behind. Rob Sharp as well isn't too far away. Saeed, the best effort so far that we've seen Optima for quite a while. Tim Engbrink as well, hustling along. Martins has finally overhauled Allington. Harvey quite a while ago, but did get past Korn, so he wants to continue chasing down the Portuguese driver. Martins now next looking for Damien's son. Luke Rosella. It's a tough one back towards the points, but he needs to do it. Back up to the front, Jack Lasky here. McNamara there making up a decent amount of ground. It's on its 0.6 of a second. Here is Bradford. It's a bit of a hairy ride by the looks of it in the Falcon at the moment. Oh, here's Daniel Harvey, maybe going to make the move down the inside. Won't be able to find it. Oh, Omar Saeed is going to get spun around there by Tim Engbrink. Gets it to the inside of the circuit, and now he is stuck there. Sloppy move there by the Dutchman. Oh, and knocked back onto the circuit. Thank you very much, Luke Rosella, no doubt. But oh, getting air, major air there for Omar Saeed getting a push along as well. Allington won't be too disappointed with that one in the end. He loses a bit of time, but Damien's son is the big loser. Pushing Saeed back into movement. Martins goes past. As McNamara gonna have to be pitting at the end of this lap. You can see how much time he's made up on Jack Lasky. He's looking racy, that is for sure. What will be the tyre choice for the 2KF1 car is the question. The rain's coming down pretty heavily, but we're not even seeing any spray or anything from the car, so I can only imagine it's still fairly dry. And the final few corners now. You can see there goes McNamara pulling into the pits now. Bradford to go past. Sigalakis to follow in. Carlos Rodriguez as well. Omar Saeed will be, so shows that Ingbrink probably didn't need to make the move. Should have trusted in his own pace. And go back forwards though, gonna look for McNamara. Out he comes. Those look like intermediates, there's a bit of a stripe there. For Rodriguez. Those seem like slicks. Those look like inters on Sigalakis' car. Slicks for Dovizioso. Harvey's in, Martins is in as well. Slicks, that's the slick. Slick. So a few slicks still to go. Sharp to be in this lap. Ingbrink a little bit longer. So Lasky's sticking out. He'll be in at the end of this lap. He'll try to look 19.2. So definitely they're slowing down a little bit.
At the end of this lap.
McNamara will be a bit longer. See what Lasky's ended up doing. Oh, 50.2 there. McNamara ended up doing a 19.3 on those tires, so it's not so much that he's not... I don't think he's losing any time, but they haven't quite turned on just yet, those tires. Ingbrink here, all over the back of Ben Utzer. These two aren't going to be pitting this lap. 50.2 there for McNamara. So Lasky in now. Tires that go on would seem to be slicks. So an interesting decision there by DTK. There's actually Angbrink deciding to come in there. Is that a call for tires? Here comes McNamara. You can see the yellow DTK just up ahead. So Joseph right there. Haven't been lapped now. Bruniho will be in. Benutza currently in second. Here is Lasky, who's now enjoying a slight lead over McNamara, nearly 2 seconds. But you feel that he's on the wrong tyre. Bruniho in now. Definitely intermediates on there for him, so it's not a case of all the other cars maybe just didn't notice that they were intermediates. No, those are inters. And that's definitely, they definitely weren't, they definitely were slicks on Lasky, for instance. McNamara making up time as we have a yellow flag somewhere. Spin around, oh, Omar Saeed yet again. Given a helping hand. Oh, it was his own, perhaps. Oh, ducking and weaving in the wet with Luke Rosella. It's always going to happen. So still a split decision on a lot of drivers. Wets versus Inters. Rodriguez here. Having a little bit of a look there for Benutza. Not going to find him. We see Matthew Allington there having gone around. It's a bit of a weird position to have done it in. Oh, aquaplane straight off. Yep. Slick tires. Definitely possible to do now. Lasky, it's McNamara slowly catching him now. Track might be coming back just a little bit to the intermediates now. Got an idea down the straight in a moment. Across the line goes Lasky. Maybe not. Is Tim Engbrink trying to make the move there up the inside. Hasn't worked out for him. Down to 12th he goes. Behind his teammate. big collision there. Nathan Corns into the wall. Oh no. Transmission problem. Before that, however, decides to stick it into the wall, take off a wheel, just to really do enough. So Corns, second retirement of the race. It'll be his teammate. We'll go through next to go past him. There we go. Not the race that Raven West would have been looking for. Of course, they are in a battle at the moment for 5th in the championship. That's not going to help their cause. Especially not if BRT continue this good run at the moment. They find themselves 25 points behind the German team, but they've got themselves in with a chance today. Got to be in it to win it, and Raven West are only half in it now. Well, barely. Can you even say they're half in it? Quarter in it? I mean, being a lap down, Joseph Wright is nowhere near in it. Weird little section there that's staying dry. Not entirely sure why. There's not too much there. Must be an exceptional amount of drainage. And Carlos Rodriguez here has to be careful. Engbrink, oh, he's done it again. Around he goes once more, Tim Engbrink. He gets it going straight away. No, he doesn't. He's going to have to go behind Davizioso, Martins, Harvey, Rosella, likely Damien's son as well, even. The aggression here from Engbrink, and he's now going to take to the escape road. Going to go straight through the bollards because, well, you know what? Why not? Park there on the hill. Will he get it going again? Yes, he will. And he's back behind Omar Saeed. Definitely the aggression here from Engbrink today. Incredibly unnecessary. Not allowing it to just happen. He goes down a absolute truckload of positions now. Martins and Harvey have done well here to push themselves back up. They've got a hell of a lot of work to do. Danny Totos is in 10th at the moment. They're almost through the entire first sector. It's Martins and Harvey coming down to the first corner. In fact, here is Martins at the moment. Going to be defending from Daniel Harvey at the moment. You sort of start to see a little bit as to why Lasky pulling away a bit from McNamara. Slightly lighter on this middle stint for Lasky. Makes a bit of sense now. Damien's son. I'm not sure if he has he picked. He must have. Unless he was going that heavy. Start of the race, that would be a hell of an effort, that is for sure. As Danny Totos has made his way past Ben Utzer. Already begun to get quite a strong lead. Rodriguez has been left behind a little bit.
Hit at the end of this lap.
So an important moment in this motor race getting ready to happen as Jack Lasky around the final corners. He's been losing just a tiny bit of time there to James McNamara over the past few laps. Come into the pit lane now. McNamara through into the lead of this race. Coming back out once again on slicks. Rinyaho looking like he's coming out on full wets. Well, possibly enters again. Definitely don't. Those are inters. Yeah, those would be a set of wets. So a surprising revelation there, as Rinyaho and Bradford, both of them on full wet tyres, so they probably know something that we don't. Other cars coming in now, such as Rui Martins, who probably would like to get a bit of a move on. McNamara not too far away. Benitza coming back out now as well. Slick tyres would seem to be the choice for the majority of the drivers. Here comes McNamara now. Martins has only just left the pit lane as his teammate has turned up. Off come the inters. And there's Jack Lasky coming onto the main straight now. Those look like intermediates once again. Matthew Allington just ahead. Of McNamara, there is Lasky. Comes screaming around the outside. No, he's going to have Allington just ahead of him. McNamara not too far behind either. Sigalakis here under immense pressure at the moment. not due to pit for a little while longer. Must be really tough for him at the moment. Danny Totos here has been able to get himself up to 8th place at the moment. Chance at 7th. Instead of Rob Sharp, Ben Utsa there in 10th. Out is coming Carlos Rodriguez. At the moment in 11th. As Martins goes by. Daniel Harvey coming out now. So there's Luke Rosella. Sam Saeed quite a while down the straight. And Sigalakis has been disposed of by Rinho. Ooh, pulls in right in front of Bradford's nose. A surprising moment there. So what's happened here? Lasky right behind Allington. And as a result, McNamara right behind Lasky. Oh, he's gone wide. A mistake there from McNamara. That is a surprise to see. This is more like his form that he was having earlier in the season when he was losing races to Jack Lasky. So, surprised to see that from McNamara. Who is now right behind Matthew Allington. Will he go through here? He's going to try to. Allington is going to eventually give the position up. Next in line is Damien Sun. Not having a great race. Here's Daniel Harvey. Oh, he's been re-overtaken there. Dovizioso. Cheeky little move there. Harvey goes through, goes back for the racing line, and then Dovizioso dives back down the inside. Harvey looking for a way through, but he'll probably have to wait quite a while. Isn't going to help his situation at all. Here is Sigalakis. He's been caught by Stefan Berner, Danny Totos, and Rob Sharp. There, losing a substantial amount of time to McNamara. Might have been a small mistake out one of the corners through there. He's had McNamara's number most of the race so far. And McNamara seems to be on a bit of a charge. So we have a yellow flag somewhere. Dovizioso and Harvey. These two were battling hard. It's been the point of the track where it's happened so often today. Harvey nearly catching it there, but not enough. He gets it spun around, but I'll have to wait for Saeed to come past. And Dovizioso definitely the big loser there. McNamara is definitely bringing this gap down. 1.8 seconds now. Continues to take a little bit of time out of Lasky. A couple of spots, though he seemed to be a bit wide there, McNamara, so wouldn't be surprised to see Lasky pull away a little bit. Running wide onto curb there, not going to be helping out at all for McNamara. Indeed, losing a bit of time as a result. Still 12 laps to go. It's the Cafelli special here at the moment. Rosella looking down the inside there of Engbrink and to get the job done. Will these guys come together like Daniel Harvey and Dovizioso? Time will tell. McNamara now down to 1.6. Sorry, 1.7 rounded. Continuing to slowly take time out of Jack Lasky though. Engbrink does get past Luke Rosella. Track just before this corner, so gonna dodge the possibility of getting spun out or anything like that. Has already spun out there, I think, what, 2 times? 3 times? Doesn't need any more, Engbrink. Back towards the front, and McNamara there. Gonna get down to less than a second and a half. Gap continuing to come down now for McNamara. Race 4, the lead is on. Damien Sunnier is just keeping himself ahead of these two. He's found the back of the Vizioso now as well. So it might have been a bit of a mistake there from the Italian as he's fallen a long way back. Carlos Rodriguez here meanwhile has caught up to Ben Utsa looking for that final point. Bit of time lost there for Utsa. He is on full tire, as is Rodriguez. So the Michelin teams opting for those tires, as is Engbrink actually. A few have opted down that path. And Daniel Harvey must have been missing it before. McNamara now down to 1.1 seconds. Just eating away this lead. Engbrink there through on Martins and instantly jumped away to a significant lead. Through the middle sector, and McNamara down to 0.8 of a second now. So only a matter of time, you feel, in this lap traffic. Dovizioso ahead of Jack Lasky. Not sure there could be exactly what Lasky needs, and it could also be what gives up the race for him. They're getting past Martins, Harvey as well, making an overtake. But at the front of the field, Lasky slowly losing more and more time. There, Lasky actually making up a little bit of time on McNamara. Right, on the back of Dovizioso now. Well, not as clean as it could have been. McNamara going to get through with no issues whatsoever. And how does that impact, and if so, how does it impact the gap? Half a second now, McNamara chasing it down. Lasky is definitely going to have his work cut out in not very long as they look to enter the main straight. McNamara right on the back of him. laps keep on ticking away now. Danielson is the next one on track for the leaders to catch. McNamara bringing it under 0.4 of a second. Now he has Lasky a bit on the defensive. Just look at McNamara now. Is he going to go for the move down here? It's a risky proposition. It's worked so poorly for so many people. Tucking and weaving. Lasky's incredibly defensive there, but he holds on for the moment. McNamara there actually losing time coming out of that corner. Back onto the straight now. Don't think McNamara's anywhere close to being near enough. He loses a little bit extra time, in fact, McNamara. Once again, McNamara right on the back of Lasky. Once again, going to make the move. Oh, they've nudged each other. They're both going to go off. Lasky is off. McNamara is around. Lasky going to get back on, however. Let's have a look at that again. And Lasky moving straight across the line of McNamara there. I don't think you can fault the Australian too much for that one. Lasky now with a big 4.5 second lead. Quite a questionable move is the easiest way to put it for the DTK driver, but with that he should be going on towards getting this Japanese Grand Prix victory. With just 5 laps to go, there's no way McNamara is making up a second a lap. Because it looks like Carlos Rodriguez has made the overtake on Ben Utsa. Indeed he has. Here's Rodriguez going on past Utsa, and Engbrink is hunting down both of them, looking for that last point. 5 laps to go for all 3 races. Engbrink's looking good here, as Utsa is not looking too good, getting sideways into the first corner. Almost a touch there from Engbrink. I don't fancy he'll be lasting too much longer in that position, Utsa. However, that has definitely helped Carlos Rodriguez. Just eke it out. Nearly 1.8 seconds as Engbrink looking for any way through at the moment. Gonna have a look down the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to get it too. Indeed he will. It's a big move there from Engbrink. There are the movers. Danny Tothos at the moment, 14 up. Noel Sigalakis going down 5. Rinho and Bradford both up 5. Even Rob Sharp up 9. It's a really good effort by him. Much further down, has gone past Rui Martins then. There's Engbrink here chasing down Carlos Rodriguez. Looking for an extra point. And both left Benutza well behind at this rate. Yeah, so they're Len McNamara through. Two laps remaining now for Jack Lasky. On for his third win of the season. Importantly, going to break that massive streak of James McNamara's, the 5 races in a row that have launched him to that title. As we do have a yellow flag briefly, and it's Tim Engbrink yet again. Indeed, yet again is the best way to put it. Nudging Carlos Rodriguez there. And the over-aggressive maneuvers all day have been his downfall. Benutza back through. Rodriguez now should be safely on his way to 10th place. Can't imagine there'll be too many people impressed with Engbrink's drive today. Not least the man himself. Lasky now. Going to look to start his final lap. Here in Fuji. And so then for Jack Lasky coming through the final few corners. His tail takes another turn this season. It's all run away from him, the title snatched away. And yet here he is turning up just a little bit too late to pick up his third victory. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's something, and Jack Lasky responds in the best possible way to that disappointment, winning here in Japan at Fuji. Jack Lasky with a big statement there.
Fantastic drive, great job.
He wins from McNamara, Rinyaho there as well. Dovizioso one lap down. Bradford coming across for fourth place. Falcon, another great finish for them. There is Joseph Wright and Matthew Allington. Lap down. Hugo Rossello. Very nicely done for him. Well driven on his way to 5th place. Head Manola Sigalakis in the wars a little bit early on. He's going to come across for good points as well. Stefan Berner continuing his fine form recently. P7 there for BRT will be enough to leapfrog over Optima. There's Danny Toto's points again for him. Rob Sharp, been a while, but he makes it back to the points. Carlos Rodriguez as well. He'll come across in 10th. Ben Utzer here in 11th. Looking to keep Tim Engbrink behind just for the run to the line. I think he should be able to. And for Ben Utzer, he finally makes it to the finish line. Bit unlucky to be in 11th, but there you go. Luke Rosella, Daniel Harvey, Rui Martins. Damien Sun coming across there is Omar Saeed as well. But Jack Lasky there doing his part, and it keeps DTK still in this championship. Brings the gap down to 65 points. Which isn't a whole lot. They're going to need to find themselves at least 22 points more than 2KF1 next round if they're to do anything. There we go, Jack Lasky here. Winning from McNamara, Rinyaho, Bradford, Rossello, Sigalakis, Berner, Totos, Rob Sharp and Carlos Rodriguez all in the points. Ben Utzer, Engbrink, Tim Engbrink, Luke Rosella, Daniel Harvey, Rui Martins, Damien Sun, Omar Saeed, all on the lead lap. Then Dovizioso, Wright, and Allington lap down. Corns and Guardian, the only two retirements of the race. Fastest lap was James McNamara early on before we had that rain shower. Lasky, tough one. He gets what he wanted in the end. McNamara briefly hit the lead. Looked like he was on for a good one as well, McNamara, until he hit the back of Lasky. Quite literally. Ben Utzer, what an unfortunate day for him, down to 11th. Sigalakis as well. Dropped down early, fought back well. held on to 6th. Rob Sharp did nice to get up into 9th, but there you have it, everybody. I'm falling asleep. I'll wrap it up. Big effort by Lasky and DTK here today, keeping themselves in it. An important victory. With that though, everybody, we'll see you for the next race from Adelaide. Catch you then.